What's going on, guys? It's Derp here, and this is my first episode of my Battlefield 3 weapons tutorial. This episode, we are covering the M249 light machine gun, unlocked after 11,000 score with the support class. The M249 light machine gun is based off the FN Mini, which is an old Belgium rifle. Later modifications led to the M249 derivative that is currently being used in the United States. The service time began in 1984 and is currently still being used today. It is used by the United States and Lebanon, which are the only two countries using it at this moment. The wars include invasion of Panama, the Persian Gulf War, the Bosnian War, the Kosovo War, the Afghan War, and the Iraqi War. The manufacturer is Fabrique Nationale. It costs $4,087 to own one of these. It fires the standard 5.56 by 45mm NATO round. The 5.56 was created by Remington Arms, and it's been in use since Vietnam to now. That's the origin of the light machine gun. The M249 light machine gun is the first unlock in the support class. Support class is based off of ammo supply for your teammates and suppression. The magazine size of the rifle is 100 rounds, or 200 with extended magazines. The rounds per minute is 800, so this thing's bouncing all over the place. It's not very good for long range use. Firing modes include single shot and full auto. The reload time is a staggering 6.5 seconds, or 6.7 if you want to get technical. The base damage is 25. Multipliers include 3 times to the head, base damage to the torso, 0.7 to limbs, and 0.6 to armor. Which means that you have to aim where you want to shoot, pretty much. The recoil is it's a bit bouncy for the type of weapon it is. It has less recoil if you fire from the hip and more zoomed. I don't know why DICE chose to do that. And the effective range in real life is about 900 meters, but in Battlefield it's just around 65 meters, where it starts to get really inaccurate, where you have to maybe get out the bipod or something. So that's a description of the class. Now, the M249 comes equipped with almost every optic and unlock that the game offers, pretty much. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 15 unlocks for the M249, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them include optics. Now, the optics start with the M145, which is a 3.4x holographic type scope, and after that you come to the holographic, which is unlocked at 50 kills. And after that is the reflex red dot sight, which is at 80 kills. And after that is the infrared scope, which is a no zoom scope, which is at 100 kills, and then the standard ACOG 4x scope comes at 125 kills. Then after that is the PKA holographic 3.4x scope at 150 kills, the PKA-S holo scope at 175 kills, and the Cobra red dot sight is after 200 kills. And finally the POS-1, which is a 4x zoom ACOG style scope, which comes at 235 kills. Now, those are all the optics for them. The one I recommend the most is the holographic sight. It has the most manageable, it feels really nice. I don't know why. It just feels better than the red dot. And I don't like zooms on my scope personally, because I'm more of a running gunner than more of a support guy. I like to go around the map and just murder people, but I play different than most people. So maybe you like an ACOG or an infrared scope, more stationary style. But the holographic just feels like a better scope than the reflex red dot sight. And the Cobra works pretty good too, but it just doesn't compete with the holographic sight. Those are the optics, and yeah. Now, for to get the most efficient gameplay, the way you want to play, if you're a running gunner, I would recommend a foregrip with a optic of your choice, either the holographic, which I like, the red dot, or the Cobra. Or if you like playing medium range, maybe a 4x or a 3x, or maybe the IR scope, something like that. And the extended mags, which means you can get a lot of bullets downfield without reloading. It's good for suppression and just good teamwork. Now, if you're a more of a conserved player and you like playing a little more defensive, I recommend the bipod, because you can set up and just empty bullets down range, and it's good for the team. It can help you move up and do whatever you need to do. And the extended mags I still recommend, but replace the foregrip with the bipod. And maybe like a longer range scope, like an ACOG or 4x, or maybe the IR like I mentioned earlier, something like that. So if this suits your playstyle, I recommend one of the two. or if you have a custom one, let me know. Tell me how it is. I might try it out. Now for your equipment slot, if you're a running gunner, I would recommend the C4 because it's really effective at taking out tanks, and you can be really mobile with it. So I recommend that for the running gunner. If you're the defensive / suppression role, you could either use the mortar strike or the claymore. The claymore is good if you're trying to hold down a position and you're set up on your bipod and you can't really look behind you, or you know someone's gonna come down the hallway eventually. You can just set one up and you'll be fine with that. Or you can use the mortar strike. Mortar strike is good for opener maps like Caspian Border or Operation Firestorm, where you could just rain down hell on your enemies if you know where they are. If they're grouped at like a flag on a conquest map, you can just rain mortars down for like minutes at a time, and it just keeps them off the flag. It's really efficient at doing that role. So whatever equipment suits your playstyle, I recommend. I play with the C4. I find it's more efficient because I'm a running gunner, like I said earlier. But whatever you feel like suitable for you, you can use. Now, when choosing your pistol, you have a few options to choose from. I personally choose the MP443 with the tactical light. I don't like the silencer. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right on the gun. You could either choose the M9. Also feels pretty good. It has a nice rate of fire and it's powerful. But the MP443 just has a nice clean recoil that you can manage and get a lot of bullets on target quickly and fast. The M9 is about the same. Now for the revolvers, I don't like to use revolvers. They're not as good as they were in the older Battlefield games. The first one you unlock, not the 44, the other one, it's okay. The 44 is bad unless you get the scope version. That's just my opinion. You're obviously different from me, but those are my opinions on pistols. Specializations are an important part to your success on the battlefield. The ones I recommend for the support class are squad ammo and squad suppression. They're both tremendously valuable to your squad, and they both help you out tremendously. Squad ammo helps you send more ammo downrange to keep everyone behind their rocks. Make sure they're not affecting your team while you're trying to complete your objective. Squad suppression does the same thing, except it just contains them better. You don't get the ammo, but suppression helps you makes your screen blurry when you get fired at, and it really helps. So pick whichever one that suits your playstyle the best. I play with squad ammo because I don't like running out of ammo, but they're both very valuable to your squad. So that's that. Well guys, that's episode 1 of my Battlefield weapons tutorial. There will be more in the future. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this has helped you become a stronger, more valuable asset to your team on the battlefield, and have a nice day. This has been Derped, and I'm out.